Uh, Welcome friends. So today we'll be discussing next experiment, that is aggregate impact value test. So this is actually the aggregate impact machine. We'll put this plunger there inside this machine, and it will be filled with the aggregate, sample aggregate, and then there will be like then we'll release this hammer, and it will apply the impact load on the aggregate, right? So this is like a machine. Anyway, we'll see actual experiment when we'll perform, but just to repeat, we'll first fill this with the aggregate, we'll put it there, and then using this hammer we can release it. So we'll release that hammer, and then impact load will act on the aggregate, and for that impact test we'll measure how much the aggregate get crushed. So actually the sample what we have to take is, so we have to take the sample which is passing from this sieve. So this is like a 12 mm sieve, like here, sorry, 12.5 mm sieve. Like here you can see that it is like 12.5. so the sample should pass from this sieve and it should retain on this sieve. This is like 10 mm sieve. You can see here it is IS standard 10 mm sieve. So the sample what we'll be taking is which is passing from 12.5 mm sieve and which retains on the 10 mm sieve. So this is that sample, we have already sieved it, and this is the sample which is like retained on 10 mm and pass from the 20 mm. So first once you collect this sample, we have to we have to keep it for oven dry for 24 hours. So like we have to keep this sample inside the oven for 24 hours, and then we have to take, and then we have to perform the test. So once we like apply that impact load, definitely part of this aggregate will get crushed, and the crushed particle will pass it from this sieve. So this is 2.36 mm sieve. The sample which is passing from this 2.36 mm sieve, that will measure, that will call it like a, we will call it like a W2, and the sample which will fill with the sample which will be in the mold, that will called as W1, and the ratio of passing material to actual weight is your aggregate impact value, and generally we express it in terms of percentage. So we'll multiply that ratio with the 10. So what equipment we need here is 10 mm sieve, 12.5 mm sieve, 2.36 mm sieve, aggregate sample, and then impact machine. And in addition to this, in addition to this, we need the weighing machine. So first step is like we should measure the weight of empty mold. So we'll fill it with the aggregate now, and we'll again measure it. So we'll know how much actual the weight of aggregate is, right? So again I'm telling, first we are measuring the weight of empty mold, which is like you can see that it is 0.844 gram, right? It is 844 gram. So now we'll fill it with the sample what we have. So while filling, we have to take care that we have to fill it in 3 layers, and we have to use a tamping rod to tamper it, right? So we have to apply like a 25 tamping on each layer. That's how we fill this sample. I'll show you that how we fill actually. So now you can see that we are filling the aggregate in the mold, and we'll apply like a 25 times we'll use this tamping. So this is called like a tamping rod. So using this tamping rod, we have to compact the sample. So 3 approximately equal layer that we have to consider. So this is second layer. Then third layer. Again 25 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21, 22, 23, 25, right? So 1 or 2 extra blows is okay, but it should not be more than that. Then we have to level it, right? So it should not, the particle should not come out of the ball when we apply the impact load. Okay? So now we'll measure again the weight with the sample, and then we'll understand exactly how much is the weight. So now you can see that the weight is like 1.204 gram. Sorry, it's in kg. So the weight is like 1.20, say 3 kg. So this much like weight of mold plus this sample is, right? So we have to deduct the weight of this mold, which was like 0.44. So like we'll remove that this minus 0.44, so we will get the weight of this aggregate before applying the impact load. Now next step is like we'll apply the impact load. So this is like a final plunger. Again we'll use the same procedure, like we'll fill the plunger using 3 layer with 25 like time tamping. So the sample what we have collected, you can understand, right? So that sample we are putting into the plunger. So the particle should not, you should measure all the mass that we have measured. Then we'll put this into this impact machine. So close the, tight the bolt so that it should not move. And then we'll release this hammer. So approximately like you have to give 1 blow in 1 second. So plus or minus it's okay, but as a standard procedure we need to release this this hammer and it will apply like impact load. So this impact load we have to apply like 1 impact per second, right? We'll try to maintain that, but plus or minus it's okay. So actually how it works, actually whatever the amount of the energy this hammer will apply on this aggregate, it is based upon that. So if you have different weight of hammer, then this height will be different. So the height and weight is adjusted so that as per like as standard, the amount of the energy acting on the aggregate should remain same. So like we have removed the like bolt from here, so that now you can see that weight or the hammer is like released. So we have just kept it very smoothly, so there is no impact. Now we will apply actual impact load. So when you lift this, automatically from here it will push this part and this hook will get released and this weight will fall down, right? That is like a procedure. So we'll start that. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's okay. So we have applied like a 15 blows. We have to apply only 15 blows, right? And slowly now we'll release and we'll keep it at this position. We have just like hold it using this bolt. If you remove this, it will fall down, right? So that's all. Now this is the like sample. Definitely after this 15 blows, the particle must have got crushed. We have to measure the crushed particle which are small than 2.36 mm. So we'll sieve it and we'll measure the weight of the particle which is less than 2.36 mm. So we'll just remove that. So we'll sieve the sample in this tray. So again we'll measure the weight of this tray, or we'll like tear it so that it becomes 0. Now whatever the sample we'll put in this one, it will measure the weight of that one, right? So we'll like sieve the sample and we'll like kept it here so that we can get the weight. So you have to sieve it properly, and so we'll sieve it properly so that all particles which are less than 2.36 mm, they'll get into the tray, and the particle bigger size will remain on the sieve. So we are more interested in the sample which is getting collected into the tray. We have to measure that sample, and the ratio of the sample which is in this tray to the actual sample weight, that ratio is the aggregate impact value. And since we express it in terms of like percentage, we have to multiply it with like 100. So now we'll measure the weight. So weight is like 0.048 kg, so you can express into the gram, no issue, or say 47, 48. I think because of here it is happening. Let it be like 0.048. So this 0.048 and the actual value of the that sample, that ratio is your aggregate impact value. So this is the test like we perform to find out aggregate impact value. This test is useful like for to calculate exactly how the aggregate will behave under impact load. And the impact load, there are n number of situations where we expect aggregate is going to express the impact load. For example, in case of road, so even in case of road also we use the aggregate, and there we can expect this kind of impact load, right? So this is the end of the test. Thank you.